My name is Michael McNeely. I'm the president and CEO of Gatico. And we have a new technology that solves or that eliminates billion-dollar bottlenecks in healthcare and enables new healthcare services. Our technology eliminates the need for using a centrifuge to extract plasma from blood so that medical diagnostics can be run anywhere. That allows for the ability to do testing at convenient locations, eliminate costly delays and errors, and enable new healthcare services. This is our product. It's called the Cpawn. This is the device that separates plasma from whole blood so that the diagnostic tests, such as the most common tests that are run multiple times, millions of times each day, can be run at any location. So our technology is patented that allows us to develop a product that is basically unprecedented in its ability to provide very high quality samples. So many diagnostic tests, especially those that work with testing blood, require a centrifuge to separate cells from the plasma component of blood. And so all of these diagnostic tests have to be run in a laboratory where there's a centrifuge and a lab tech and that type of an infrastructure. Our technology eliminates the need for a centrifuge, provides high quality plasma so that test that would be done in a lab can be run anywhere. So what that means is, instead of going to a lab and instead of days and days of delays in getting test results, these test results can be provided virtually immediately. Or the blood testing and tests can be done anywhere, such as at a doctor's office or at home or some other convenient location, a pharmacy, places like that, to enable rapid results, rapid therapy initiation, to provide actionable data to a physician. So the value of Murrieta, as we see it, is the cost or the affordability of both living here and office space, laboratory space, plenty of buildings available for lease or rent. Especially, this is kind of a central location to many different types of technology hubs, whether it's San Diego or Orange County or even Los Angeles. And the value of being here is that many employees already live here. It's very cost effective and there's room to grow. So that's really why we hope to continue to stay here and to grow here. And we think that is valuable to many, many other companies. Also the fact that we're trying to establish a hub for biotech, a hub for life science, a hub for medical diagnostics or medical technologies. It's a great opportunity to partner, to be synergistic with companies nearby that benefits everyone.
So my name is Mahmoud Zubaidi. I'm Gatico Chief Science Officer and co-founder. My background, I have more than 15 years in the research and development in the life science and biotechnology. I worked most of it in the diagnostic reagents and platform development. And the last few years I've been looking at a lot of next generation diagnostics to meet the need for the improving and solving a lot of the healthcare industry challenges. And one of them is decentralizing the healthcare and diagnostic part of the healthcare. Decentralizing means you don't need a big infrastructure and you can enable high quality, high-end treatment and decision-making near the patient. So our product right here is called Cpawn, and it's based on a technology that revolutionizes the way that we handle samples So now we have a breakthrough in separating the blood components and getting, for example, plasma in a totally new way that eliminates the use of a centrifuge or the use of a centralized lab. So the reason we located here in Murrieta, one is because we live here. That's the primary reason. The thing is, Murrieta kept us here and became a no-brainer for us is because looking at technology development all around the world. And in my previous work, I've went through Europe, many countries that are the best in incubating innovation, like Ireland, like Germany, even in Israel. And the differentiator between a high growth in technology and low growth is the support of the government and the community there. And that's exactly what Murrieta is doing. It's using all its resources where it enabled us to have an incubator to work in and thrive in and grow in without the worry of the basic needs. They have supported us with a lot of marketing, a lot of word of mouth, and brought in other technology companies to complement what we're doing. For example, they provided the Murrieta Innovation Center. Murrieta Innovation Center is a hub, it's an incubator for other startup companies. One of them is Murrieta Genomics. Murrieta Genomics is a very crucial component where we can do our testing, our technology evaluation with them without having to invest in multi-million-dollar of equipment and personnel. And that is, like I said, it's a no-brainer. The place is to do it here, to grow here. So Murrieta is really in a unique phase in its growth. They're bringing in really big hospital, big names like Loma Linda, Kaiser, and Sharp Health. Now it's the best time where we have reached a critical mass where you can have a comprehensive environment and really fertile environment for growth of startup companies in the healthcare industry.
My name is Helen Harrison, and I founded TX Genetic Research as a way to help not only myself, but the millions of other people who suffer from conditions in which their mucosa, which is the part of the tissue that lines your gastrointestinal tract, your urogenital tract, your lungs, surrounds all of your internal organs and glands. And so when that tissue starts to break down, it becomes leaky, and then terrible environmental influences that from food or the air can actually get into our organs and make them toxic. And so I developed a passion for several things. Number one, helping people heal their mucosa through the correct use of nutritional supplementation, but not just any supplementation. It has to be based on their genetic profile. And so I have developed a very large gene array, which is a list of genes that are affecting the function of the mucosa and the various ways in which it can be damaged. And in order to put those together, put those various genetic variants or also mutations together in a way of understanding each unique individual person's reason for their mucosa decline, because that affects a very specific diet and a very specific kind of supplementation that will help their mucosa heal. My particular orientation is what's called a tissue systems approach. This is absolutely unique. Nobody is doing tissue systems genetic interpretation. And that is, I'm looking at the context of tissue and what genes are at a specific location and finding out which genes at that location have variances or mutations that are causing it to lose function or to gain function, so that throws off the balance of how the tissue develops at that location. So nobody else has developed a tissue systems approach. And this, I believe, should be done for every organ and system in the body, rather than looking at it from a disease standpoint, looking at it from a healthy function standpoint. There are 3 reasons why Murrieta is an excellent location. Number 1, the city is committed to the frontiers of healthcare. And so they are attracting and trying to develop more hospitals, regional research, things in where this particular service will be able to fit in. That's the first reason. The second reason is the location itself. It's away from more crowded, petroleum, polluted environments. And this population of people tends to be more affected by petroleum pollution, air pollution, than other groups of people, simply because of the genetics involved. And so we want to be located centrally in a place that is a little bit more cleaner, that has better air quality, and is not so polluted as, say, you might find in Orange County or Los Angeles County. And of course, we had personal reasons, we had family here, so it makes it an ideal location.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Norman, founder and CEO of Sandhill Crane Diagnostics. And my company is developing a portable diagnostic testing device for medical testing that can be used on-site anywhere, virtually anywhere. And the reason I started the company is because I grew up on a farm in the Midwest and have had 20 plus years experience since then working in the diagnostic industry, developing medical tests and developing medical devices. And I realized that by combining my expertise, my experience with difficulties accessing healthcare in rural America, and digital health, that we could combine those things and make a really great product. So our diagnostic testing device is basically a test card that fits in the palm of your hand. It has the capability to use a finger stick of blood. So that can be run on the card, and then use a smartphone app to read that result and analyze it, and then that result can be sent to the cloud or read directly by the healthcare provider that's there at the time. And so, like I said, just takes a finger stick of blood. It runs very quickly. The idea is from the time the patient comes in for the visit to the time they leave, be about an hour, and they'll have their test results. They'll have the diagnosis from the doctor and the prescription. So the reason I'm here in Murrieta working is because initially I was approached by a client of mine that I was consulting with, who was part of the Murrieta Genomics. And so they told me about this great opportunity for the Innovation Center up here. And I realized that, yes, it was a great opportunity because the Innovation Center is trying to help us early healthcare startups. And so that opportunity made total sense. We came up here, and then Murrieta Innovation Center is also offering a great opportunity to meet with healthcare leaders here. We have, I think, monthly or every other monthly meetings with all the leaders here in the area, Kaiser, Rady, all the various community doctors and researchers. And so I've met people I would never have met before that have really been helpful in giving me input on the product, being interested in what we're doing, and I think a really big help to the company.
John Powers, President of Murrieta Genomics, and the whole concept behind Murrieta Genomics was really to bring biotech and high tech into the Inland Empire. I've been in med tech for the last 12 years, working on cancer more from the back end with radiation oncology and surgery, and I want to get involved on the front end, which is where genomics comes in. We have an opportunity of working with the city of Murrieta to open a genomics lab and incubator here that we think we can drive brand new business, brand new ideas, and products coming out of Murrieta. Murrieta Genomics is unique in the genomics space because not only are we a commercial genomics lab, we're also we're an incubator. So we bring in startup companies in the genomics space, and they could be anything from a new product offering from a genomics panel. They can have informatics. They can be doing research specific to new developments, and we help them with the science and prove out their business. And then we bring in our business experts to help them actually in all aspects of their business, from IP through their corporate formation and setting up sales and marketing and distribution. So we're very unique that we can bring the science and technology as well as bring all the business acumen as well. The future plans of Murrieta Genomics, besides growing the incubator companies and really kind of bringing development, is working through our partners and other influencers and helping bring new ideas ourselves as well. So we think we can really impact the market in a number of ways, directly as sequencing, directly by starting new companies that we have our own ideas and views on, and helping develop all these new companies that we bring through the incubator. The city of Murrieta is actually a perfect location for us to be doing this because they've had enough foresight to really set aside large parcels of land for biotech, medtech development. So when we looked at who we were working with, not only did we get a great partnership in terms of the building and our facility, but in terms of growth. That's why we see the new hospitals building up in Loma Linda coming down and building a hospital in here, Kaiser building their first digital center here, Rancho Springs, Rady's, the list goes on. There's a lot of development, and it's a great market. It's a safe community. It's got a well-educated market base. It's a perfect place to be building new businesses. When we're looking at startup industries, especially from the incubator standpoint, there's a lot that Murrieta offers, which is why we've talked to a lot of companies that we've really chosen this space, is you've got an educated workforce that's already out here and is already commuting anywhere from 1.5 to 2 hours a day to either LA or San Diego. So the workforce is here and they're educated. The cost of living is much more amenable for living in California than living on one of the coastal cities. And you have all the same amenities except for the ocean, which you can drive to in anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. So it's a perfect location to attract young, bright market employees, and it's a great place to really bring a new market.
Well, we are Cathy Squatches. We are a small business, family business that we started here in Southern California. That is, it's a reminder of home. So when we moved from Texas, we missed our favorite breakfast pastry. So we decided to go ahead and share it with everyone and open our own kolache place.
From the time we even came out to California, we had a craving for the actual kolache. And then all of a sudden after that, it kind of grew from there. We started to have more of the traditional type baking that got added to it, like from my side of the family, my grandmother baked them when I was a child. And then from Texas growing up, we had the savory side. So we really were inspired by that, we craved that, and then we wanted to put that into the company. Ever since we've been here, we actually had a lot of people come in from Texas or also have from different traditional backgrounds. And we made those connections with them through our wonderful pastries here. So that kind of has grown over the time we've even started.
What makes us special is that we've brought a different pastry to Southern California that you can't find it around here. There's probably one more kolache place about 45 minutes away from here. And we started making our recipe from traditional recipes, and we've just refined it since by just upgrading every ingredient we can. For example, like you said, the organic flour. And we just strive for higher quality. So we're becoming a little bit more than a kolache place. You know, we are starting to also venture into, we're going to be baking pies. We're going to make cookies and other kinds of goodies. But really, it's about community, and it's about sharing something that we truly love and that we miss. A kolache is a doughy pastry that is either going to be sweet or savory. And we'll have different types of fruits and or cream cheese types of flavors. And for the savory, we have Texas-inspired flavors such as sausage, jalapeno cheese, and egg, bacon, and cheese. Well, Murrieta it's a wonderful place for families. It's a wonderful place for small businesses because you truly have that kind of support of from the chamber and from just neighbors. I think it has a small town feel, but it's really, you know, surrounded by these large cities. So it really feels like that gem.
So we encourage the community to come by and try our wonderful kolaches and to get to know us, to feel like home away from home.